there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review. What's going on, everyone? Another stream here on the channel. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Thank you for tuning in. This is a rare occurrence, but tonight's episode is Dope or Nope, where earlier today there was a stream with the Hasbro Marvel Legends team. They went on for like 50 minutes, which is great for us as collectors because there's lots of new toy news, and for Dope or Nope because there's more stuff to talk about. So what we're going to do here, I'm here with my friend Jason. We're going to go through some of the reviews in case you missed them. You can hear Jason's thoughts, my thoughts, and of course I would love to hear your comments in the chat. So if you're watching live, which is awesome, if you're a channel member, you can use the Dope or Nope emojis as we're going along. If not, you can use good old-fashioned words. What a concept, right? Or become a channel member. Either way, because you don't want to type any more words, you can just use the emojis. Appreciate everyone who's a channel member as well. And if you're watching on the replay, feel free to leave a comment below as to what you think of each of these reveals today. Let's not waste any more time. I know there are a lot of streams on a Wednesday night, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and I appreciate you. Bringing on my guest tonight is a good friend of mine. He is a comic book creator and very talented artist. He is a huge comic book fan, toy collector. He has the same birthday as me. I don't know why I felt the need to put that part, but this is my friend.
Dope.
For the birthday thing?
For all things. That's very kind of you to do the intro.
For all things.
Hearing a story about Seinfeld and another comedian, and Seinfeld berating the other comedian for introducing Seinfeld and saying beforehand that he's the funniest comedian out there, and then bring him on. And there's no way you can live up to any kind of hype when someone says something nice about you. Oh, he's talented. I'm like, I'm not. I just practice.
Well, it's funny you brought that up because I had this right here next to me. I've been searching for a spot to put this. This is a framed photo. Well, you gave it to me unframed. I framed it. You did this.
I did.
Combined efforts. This is a framed photo. I'll let the chat decide. Are you a talented artist or not? Look at the coloring here.
Thanks, man.
I've been looking for a spot to put this.
I drew that as a very young artist, so I appreciate you showing old stuff.
Have you evolved?
Oh my gosh, hasn't everybody?
No,
2020 did wonders for us introverted artist types. So a lot of time to draw and get better.
Well, Jason, welcome back to the channel. As a comic book artist and fan, I know you also do your YouTube channel, which is comic book related. Why don't you tell everyone in the chat real quick what's going on over there? Because I think it's really interesting, and I think more people should check it out.
Thanks, man. That's very sweet of you to give me an opportunity, give me a forum to plug my show. So on my YouTube channel, which is at Group of 7 Comics, the number 7. We have a show called Previously in X-Men, where we have been deep diving into the X-Men comics that made it such a classic. So starting with Giant Size number 1 from 75 and moving on up through the Chris Claremont era, and we're right now about 69 episodes in. And we've been, every week we pick the next issue in the series and we read the whole thing over, about a 90-minute live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had lots of guests on, some comic book creators, some creators who work on X-Men currently,
yes,
some toy YouTubers like yourself, and many others. It's been a real fun thing to learning all about, streaming on YouTube and deep diving into X-Men, which are so cool, and reading the ones that really inform all the other comics moving forward. And the animated series in the 90s, you can't have without those issues. And the movies in the 2000s, you can't have without those issues. And of course, the future of the MCU. So I'm all wrapped up in X-Men in my head.
Yeah, comic book fans, X-Men fans, or you just want to pick up a little more knowledge or have a discussion about these comics that you already know and enjoy, go check out Group of Seven Comics over on YouTube. And then Jason and Chris do a comic called Group of Seven Comics, and go check them out on Instagram as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I think I had something else to talk about for you, but I think everyone's had enough of that. Here on this channel, back to me now. Haha, focus on. No, I'm kidding. Mackerson, how's it going over on Twitch? Says yes, Jason's art is dope. There you go.
Cheers.
Wolf Media says I would hang that on my wall. Right. I'm gonna tape it 3M, but kind of the same thing. Oh, I just realized the timestamp on this. Here on the channel, we have tonight, March 1st, Dope or No with Jason. Tomorrow is going to be Unboxing Thursdays with the Enablers. We unbox toys every Thursday, but the first Thursday every month is with the Enablers, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a pretty long stream, so be prepared. March the 6th, the Boba Squadron podcast will be talking about the Mando Season 3 premiere. Don't spoil it in this chat tonight. Paul will be back from California, joined with Yoko and Ernie, I think. Ernie will be back. So make sure you check that out. The week after, Unboxing Thursdays with No Chewing and Toy Father, more Mando. And then, of course, March 16th, Unboxing Thursdays with High School Creations, the creator of the Wall XD Kickstarter, a very versatile toy display project for your collection or for your photography. So don't miss that. Make sure you tune in and follow along, subscribe to the channel. We recently hit 4,100 subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you, everyone who is a part of that and continues to support. The goal is 5K this year. The episode tonight, there were a lot of toy reveals today, and we are going to go through each one. Jason and I will give our thoughts, whatever that is worth to all of you. But also, the important part is gives you a chance to interact in the chat as well and let us know what you think, which is the fun part. And of course, speaking of the chat, there's a couple people in the chat here right now I want to say what's up to. Feel free to jump in at any time and join in, Jason.
What's up to everyone in the chat? That's all I wanted to say the whole time.
That's
I wish I could. I want to chat in the chat too. Everyone's so friendly and lots of familiar names. Very cool to see.
Just feel like Night at the Roxbury when they're just like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" to each name. Just do it to every name. Won't be annoying at all. But we have Matt Logic 44 here on YouTube, another channel member. Thank you for being here. Dom Muchiciato, Wing or Lose, Mr. Ryan Clark, David De La Huerta. Good evening to you as well. Stream Elements, always promoting and sharing. Appreciate you. That's a bot, by the way, Jason. Nightmare Nemo is here. How's it going? I am TJ Williams. Good to see you again in the chat. Welcome back. Eddie Rodriguez. Yo, yourself. Thank you for being here. Bad Wolf Media. Man Mountain 275. Thank you for tuning in. What a nice prize last week. Bearded Builds is here. Mackerson. Let's see. Jason says, dope. David says, Jason, you're a very talented artist. Hoping to meet you at a con soon. I think that was the next plug. What's the next con you're going to be at, Jason?
Toronto Comic Con. March 17th through 19th.
For the non-Canadians, Toronto is Toronto Comic Con. You said that so fast and so Torontonian. It's a Toronto Comic Con.
Toronto Comic Con. Yes.
Every syllable in there.
March 17th through 19th at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. I'm looking forward to being a guest at that event and seeing any collectors and friends that I happen to run into that come by my table. And look forward to drawing stuff for people, which is tons of fun.
I will be there. I'm going just to see Andy Serkis. I want him to, I think I'll get a photo. You're not a photo or autograph guy, are you?
I'm not.
All right. That's fair.
I do go after once in a while, like a signature of a person who, let's say the artist of a comic book, if I'm buying the book from their table.
Okay.
I will ask them to sign, their art. Or if, I'm buying a print from them or something like that. But I don't go to events just to get a signature. I'm not sure. You know what? Now that I go to these things and I'm on the other side of the table, it just changes the way I operate because I don't have the hour to go line up or whatever it might be. So it changes the dynamic. And I often run into those guys like in a green room or something or in the hallway. So I kind of sneak up for the comic creators, at least before the show or after the show.
When you get it for free.
I make a point of buying the thing.
I know.
So
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
That's good. Got to support the artist. Speaking of more talented artists, we have Trevor 16 Shooter in the chat. He's also a viewer of previously in X-Men, and he says it's a great show.
He's been
Mr.
a
Ryan,
guest too.
has he been on?
Oh yeah.
Did I watch?
Go,
okay, I'm gonna
go back and watch in the replay.
Yes, watch the replay. Mr. Ryan Clark is here. More Canadians in the chat. Innocent, good to see you. Maker and Geek. Love Toronto.
Me too.
Toronto. Well, thank you everyone for being here. I know it's a busy night on the YouTube toy streams, but you're here, and that means something to me. So thank you. So a lot of reveals today, like 50. Did you just sign? Can you sign the rest of the stream?
No.
Don't say anything. Just sign everything that I say, and I'll put you in the little bottom corner.
No, you said thank you, and I feel appreciative too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel it was feeling appreciation, so I said thank you as well.
All right, let's go through some of these first ones real quick. And again, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring up a toy on the screen. You let me know if you feel that it's dope, if you like it. Nope, if you don't. Hope, maybe, if there's a chance of maybe you'll buy it. It's one of those like, I don't want it, but when I see it on the pegs, I'm probably going to buy it. Hope has very vague parameters and definitions for it. So
should I warn you about this all the reveals today and like which way I lean overall, or do you want
don't preface it, because then
okay,
each one I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you're whatever, and this and that.
I shouldn't say my bias, but like I have a general bias. No, okay.
What's your bias?
I like things that are a little older, and I like things that match my look. So things that are old school Marvel make me happier than 90s Marvel or 2000s Marvel.
Okay. Yeah. Now that we have set the bar there, we put that filter on. Here we go. They recap some of the stuff that's already revealed and starting to hit shelves. This is the Puff Adder wave. We can do this one real quick because it's already announced. Any of this stuff speak to you, Jason?
I've wanted Baron von Strucker for ages, regardless of whether I like the figure or not. He just is an essential character that needs to be in my display somewhere. Ultimate's Cap is big for me as well. And I have mixed feelings about Wonder Man. I just really want people to stop calling it. Please, everyone, stop calling it a safari jacket or a smoking jacket. It is neither of the two. You are too young to know what it is. It's called a leisure suit, and it was from the 70s. And it's not safari. He's not on safari. He's not a smoker.
What is it? It's not a smoking jacket.
No, but I've heard lots of YouTubers call it that. It's a leisure suit jacket, and it's ridiculous fashion from the 70s. So that is like my old school Wonder Man that I first encountered as a reader, and I guess I'll get it if I see it cheap.
There you go. There's hope.
Yeah,
for that one. Ultimate's Cap is pretty cool. I don't know if I need to collect all of those. Von Strucker for sure, to go with some Hydra displays.
Exactly, and he had a really good role in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to have him fight everybody. It's great.
Dom says, want to get Cap, Iron Man, Strucker, and maybe Wonder Man. It's a leather. It's just a regular leather jacket. Leisure suit? Is it polyester?
It can be if it's a polyester leisure suit. It could also be denim. I mean, yeah, you'll see just because I've been so focused on it, when Dave Cockrum draws Wolverine, like Logan, walking around in his civilian clothes, he draws him in one of those, and it's so terrible, like bell bottoms and one of those. It's terrible outfit.
I mean, that is the time, I guess.
Yes.
Well, you certainly set the tone of your preferences. Like all of you who aren't old enough to know that that's not the right type of jacket. Yeah, you definitely setting the tone for everybody here. They also showed the next one, which is the MCU version of the Guardians of the Galaxy Wave 3. What is this pop-up? Go away. We have Guardians in their new suits, and we have a buff Groot that is a standalone figure.
Do you think he'll come with the extra arms that we see in the trailer?
We know
Right?
he comes with wings and hands.
We got to get him with all those arms with the guns.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge Guardians fan, and I
Right.
kind of tuned out to the trailer. Did he have extra arms?
Yeah, it was really cool. It looked great.
All right.
I'm tempted because I like the uniformity.
Mhm.
They look like a set, and they look great.
They look
know,
like a
all
great
the updated-
space team.
Yeah, they really do.
Mhm.
It's going to be hard for me to resist this one. I'm probably going to be able to resist Adam Warlock, but seeing a group like this, all in uniform, looking cool, I'm pretty tempted.
Hi, Patty. Listening on the drive home. I think you were in the IG stream earlier, but I think she was at the Mando premiere, and she got to meet like a whole bunch of the actors and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and Paul and everybody. So that was so cool to see. Congrats. Drive safe. And you can just say dope or nope out loud to yourself and try not to look at the pictures, even though this is a very visual stream for everybody. Chat, what do you think? For me, I had the original set of Marvel Legends Guardians, sold it, didn't buy any of the future ones. I think I only have Rocket with the baby Groot because it had a Build-A-Figure. I wanted to bring this up real quick. The Build-A-Figure for this wave is Cosmo. And, there's some people who are like, oh, a Build-A-Figure dog. That seems like a ripoff. But then let me play devil's advocate now. If it was a regular figure in the wave, and then you had to build a Drax, for example, would this be a situation where it's like Howard the Duck, where people are like, I'm just getting a small figure and I'm not getting my money's worth because I'm paying 35 Canadian dollars or 26 US for a tiny figure?
Rocket and the dog are supposed to come together. That's just simple.
Supposed to?
No, in terms of plastic weight, let's just package those together as one. Rocket and the dog. And we build the giant Groot. Like there you go. Come on.
Rocket? Baby Rocket?
No, that Rocket right there should come with the dog. It's one set. It's one box. Come on. They're each half a person, right?
There you go.
Right.
That's what it should have been, or could have been.
Yeah, I'm just
playing devil's advocate. Yo boy Wolfie, welcome to the stream. Nightmare Nemo says nope. Maker and Geek says fantastic 4+2 is like this team. And then just gave up. Cosmo should have been included with Rocket, 2 smaller characters to get. It's like when I buy Black Series, can you give me 2 Jawas for the price of one?
For sure.
Black Series figure?
That's how they came when they were the Power of the Force 2.
Yeah, I have
90s, right? It was
the
a
light up
Jawa. Yeah.
That goes through the top of the head.
That's right.
Would light up the
translucent plastic. I can't say the word plastic. The translucent plastic that allowed you the eyes to light up when you had
tongue twister for sure.
It was a good set.
The last one they also showed that they already revealed, but because the release date for Ant-Man and the Wasp was pulled forward in time. That's the right direction, right? The toys are a little bit later on, but they showed that wave. I don't have the picture up yet. Do you have any care for that wave? Of course, there's MCU Kang. That's the star of that one, right?
When you make a toy that good, and there's an actor that good and a character that powerful, that's going to be here for a bit. Yeah, it's hard to resist. We're going to, of course, get a Kang probably from every single MCU appearance he has. So this is probably the first of many, but it looks so much like classic Kang that that's going to be a hard one to resist. If I see it, I'll snag it, I'm sure.
I would love to get it and swap the portrait from the He Who Remains on this one. That'll be a nice combo if you already have it. If you don't, go pick it up because it'll be a hot commodity. Oh, this is not the right screen. All right, so that's the previously announced and revealed things that they looked at. Next will be the they showed Puff Adder here. What happened? In a team photo for the Serpent Society.
It's fun. it looks they need a little support maybe in posing some of these guys.
Yeah,
That's not the best pose for Cobra. That's
they
for
already
sure.
have him on the. They already have them on the stand. I don't know why he's still. I don't know.
Well, he's not a great figure for posing with
Skiing.
that cape piece.
Is it bad? The
The
cape?
figure, or yeah, it's a hard plastic that he would like lean on like a tail. The figure's fine for what it is. It's just Green Goblin. Mine came with the two lower legs are the same leg.
Oh,
So he's got like I just left it and turned his calf backwards at the boot. But what?
it's a fun team to have.
Hey, isn't there a figure missing from this, or is it just my? I feel like I've got one that's not there.
Cotton?
Yeah, Cottonmouth's not there.
Yeah. Good eye.
Yeah, big purple dude.
And I think that's the chair from the Spider-Man movie like Toby Spider-Man wave. It's Green Goblin with that chair.
Nice.
And he puts the mask. I'm not sure if that's the same one. It looks like the same. It doesn't really matter. We're overanalyzing it. Matt Logic says we were okay with it in the Hit Monkey wave. Problem is there's nothing else with the figures to make up the difference and it's more expensive nowadays. Yeah, there were the Hit Monkey wave. There was a Rocket Build-A-Figure wave that was, I think, 3 figures, right? The Jean Grey Archangel, I believe. That was an expensive wave. That was one of the first waves in Canada that the price went up, from what I remember. We have the homie High School Creations in the chat. Again, go check out High School Creations on all social medias, on Enablers tomorrow night, and on March 16th for Unboxing Thursdays. Wall XD coming soon to Kickstarter to kickstart Mike's dreams. You like that?
I'm so glad they're both wearing like plaid. It made me so happy.
Yeah, that was part of his intro. Oh, there was also what's his face?
Yeah. The writer director's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he's there. I like the idea of having a few extra kind of Ravagers. And now that I have a few Star-Lords from over the years, you can kind of make some generic Ravager dudes in the background by mixing up some bodies. It's kind of fun to have him there.
And I think he's going to
Kraglin.
Kraglin. He's going to be at Toronto Comic Con, I believe.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You can not line up for him.
I'm sure he's a super nice guy.
Okay, there's the team or set photo of that wave. Up next, they showed the first figure that to be revealed today. This is a Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I'm currently not following Spider-Man comics, but from what I understand, this is highly articulated body. It's got the upper torso and of course the ab crunch as well to give it more posability. It has the toe articulation, double jointed everything. Are you up on this suit, the Ben Reilly suit?
No, it doesn't mean anything for me.
No?
I've got a few good Spideys, and I'm pretty set for a while until the next animated movie comes out, and then I'll want all those. But yeah, no, I don't need a Ben Reilly. So it is a dope looking figure. Like, don't get me wrong. It just isn't. I don't need it.
They mentioned the big eyes on the mask, the kind of off-centered spider logo. Chat, we're gonna go through a few of these, and then you let me know in the comments if you think they're dope or nope. Ben Reilly, someone mentioned it. Is it what foundation is he working for now? That this is his new suit. It's a nope for me, but I'm afraid if I start reading the comics, I'll probably change my answer and pick it up. And again, they didn't mention how these are going to be released, when they're going to be released, and where. The who we have and the why. Well, because we buy toys. But so we don't know if it's a full wave, if there's going to be a Build-A-Figure, if it's a box set. But I think usually box sets is like 5 figures, right? At most. So this is more than 5 that they show here. So it's likely not, but we can speculate in the chat. And also, they didn't really show any accessories. So they don't show hands. Right. They don't show, again, accessories, weapons, things like that. So we're going to have to wait and find out. So I think it's a pretty new way of them doing this, just showing the figure, no renders, no PR shots, no accessories. So just keep that in mind. Something to think about. So dope, but you're not going to buy it because you don't need.
So yeah, I would
Fair.
say so. Then it's a nope, right? I'm not going to get it. I just
Okay, yeah, that's a nope.
I have sympathy for all like the Spidey collectors who love all the variations, and I feel it too. I just don't have an emotional connection to this version of the character at all.
For me, either an emotional connection or it's just an incredibly cool design that I wouldn't mind getting it to put it on my Spider-Verse shelf. For
Sure.
me. Nightmare Nemo says, already have enough Spider-Mans? There you go. That's a nope. Ben Riley is dope for a Man Mountain 275. High School Creation says dope. Bad Wolf Media, I need to get the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack sooner or later. It's a good 3-pack.
Yeah, except for Iceman. I mean, come on.
Winger Lou says dope with the caveat that needs to come with all the hands. Oh, perfect. Just like that I mentioned that we don't know everything that's coming out yet. Noob Collector 215 welcome says Ben Riley is dope. I'm a sucker for any Spider-Man variant. There you go. The next character, I don't know why. Why did I get the screenshot of them looking at each other like this?
It's romantic.
It's a great look. They're like,
it's a meet cute. You like Spidey? I like Spidey.
Wanna play toys? Okay.
Exactly. It's a nice moment.
This another character, I'm assuming it's related to this Ben Riley. Chasm. Dwight had trouble with the word chasm or chasm. I think Ryan was being nice. He's like, it could be either or. I don't think it's either or, right?
It's not either or. It's just people playing with spelling, having fun.
Okay.
You know how it's supposed to be pronounced, right? It's like, it's a no-brainer.
I don't know this character again. I'm sure there are people who like this. Someone on Instagram commented on this on my post, which I thought was really funny. It's that when Ben Riley changes from Spider-Man to Chasm, he also loses some articulation
and gets pins.
Yeah, and gets pins. I'm where are you on pins? Like
I am pretty reasonable about them. Like, I don't feel incredibly passionate that every figure right now has to have them because I realize it's not realistic for production purposes. And when a character is, let's say, has only one color on the joint, like Wolverine here, I don't mind yellow pins on a yellow body or yellow joint. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's on that Spidey when it's
like a red pin
the
in
red
the middle
blue.
of the blue.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on. Like
I hear you.
that's got to go. And so I haven't taken the time to ever paint one because it's a lot of work to get exactly right. And I'll be really upset if I ruin it. So I can stand pins. But when I get one that's pinless, I feel like it is such an amazing upgrade. Like these things look like figures that should be more expensive, and they are now. So when they're at the higher price point, I'm kind
that
of
makes sense.
I like the pinless with the higher price point. It's an added feature to make it worth moving up to another price point to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when they roll them in bit by bit, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to fuss.
Yo, Lago says, just came by to add this to my trip to work playlist. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you. Am I going to see you in San Diego, Lago? Chat Migos, Toy Migos, and Enablers versus collab. Let me know. But thank you for watching on the replay later. Pinless is great, obviously. And like you said, production limitations and whatnot. Seeing a figure with pins, I'm not going to scoff at it. Like, how spoiled can we be to be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it anymore? But yeah, if it's like an eyesore of a paint difference there, I definitely see the beef there.
Yeah.
Dwight looking at Ryan, did you back Galactus? Several times he did. But yes,
there's some classic Spidey baggage with this color scheme. Like every classic Spidey villain, if you add greens or purples, it's a
purple green. Yep.
Right. So I like the idea. This is just some generic dark version of Spidey, like evil version of Spidey.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fun.
Well, that's a good point. It's a nope for me. This one is this wave is, I think, leaning nope, but we'll get to everything. Again, not being current on comics, this is Miles Morales, all pinless, articulated under the sweatshirt, but there is still the sweatshirt, so it's slightly limited. This is, and he's got, I think the neck part from his sweater goes up, maybe a hood or I don't know what it is. This one isn't for me. This isn't a look of Miles that I know, so it's a note for me. But I know people who currently following along in the comics. What do you think? Does this look
Nope.
like no?
I've got a couple Miles and I love them all dearly, and I don't need any more Miles at the moment until the new movie.
That's fair. But for people like who are on it now reading comics, there's a certain feeling about reading comics and then be like, oh man, I wish I had a toy of this. And then if you're a fan of that and you get this today, like that's for you, and I'm happy for you.
That's right. You invest in the character, you invest in the story, and you want to have a physical representation of that feing you have.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I come from like a time when characters didn't change their costume ever.
Here we go.
And
here we go.
By 1986, they finally started to change. Like after 25 years, they finally started changing characters' costumes. Mm-hmm. So there was one look for Spidey, one look for Thor, one look for Cap, a couple for Iron Man. He was just moving into his like third look. So it's pretty dramatic, that a brand stayed for decades. And, Wolverine had only 2 costumes. Like that was it. And it's kind of fun now. It seems that every time there's another story arc, another graphic novel, another artist comes on, they want to make it their signature, and so they just change characters' looks all the time. And the faster they change a character's look, the less interested usually I am. There's a reason the Golden Arches have stayed a logo for all these decades, right? It works. So pick something that works and go with it. So I like Spidey. That sounds like it's so lame, I know, but I don't mind a few Spideys.
Nightmare Nemo says worried about the torso will hinder articulation. Yeah, they mentioned it. It's articulated underneath. Obviously, it's a specific comic look that they're going for. If it's a baggier shirt, what would you do? Would you do like a hard body and then sculpt in a torso ab articulation?
There's so many figures now that have like a good soft plastic.
Yeah,
you can get a little bit of give with these kinds of things. He's got the drawstrings. On the waist, cool. Like for the hoodie, it's pretty neat, as a totally different look for Spider-Man, and for us to see a first figure that looks this way, it's a neat exploration. I wonder if I got one in my hands, if I'd be playing with it and never want to put it down. So, but it's a nope for me as well.
Okay, so that's so far nope, nope, nope. The next one, a villain. You have to have a villain in a way. Well, it's good to have some variety. Rose.
Yes, the Rose. It's a nope for me as well. He's not a Spidey villain that I have a love for, but I also just don't enjoy the suit bodies generally from Marvel Legends. I find the arms, it just never looks, the jacket never looks like a jacket. It always looks like arms and a vest.
And yeah, exactly.
It's a tough thing to make, and I'm empathetic. It's a challenging thing, but for me, the Rose is not he's a gangster, right? He's a organized crime lord kind of guy.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I like the supervillains a little better, so I go that way.
I like
that. He doesn't ever take an action pose, right? Like you don't get a good.
What do you mean? He's sniffing a rose. He's giving it. That's action. That's badass.
Then put him in like a great stance and leave him there. But the vanilla pose with the vanilla.
What's tougher than? It's tougher than a rose, and you hold it like a gun, and you go pew pew. Yeah, no, I get what you mean, because you want the arms articulated, and then you want the suit to maintain the look of the suit. So it's like your articulated arms versus this different material for the suit, body, softer plastic. It's more of like it's tough to nail it.
I can't think of any characters that are wearing a suit where I love the figure. Like sometimes I need, I need my Tony Stark or whoever it might be, but I rarely love them the way I would love a Wolverine or another Spider-Man. It's a tough one. It's really tough.
Ooh, win or lose. Don't make me start. Baby! All right. It's a dope for me. I think I'm gonna pick this up when I see it. I don't know about the shoes. They kind of look like bowling shoes, but it might be on brand for the character. I'm not sure. They do look like rental bowling shoes.
No, they're not smoking shoes. They're not safari shoes. Those are leisure shoes. Come on.
Stop gatekeeping.
You guys aren't old enough. You don't know the 70s.
You don't know the 70s. Back in my day, this style.
You weren't there, man.
I would get this. I would get this. Supervillains obviously are cool, but also the kind of like gangland, mobster, all
Definitely.
of those New York based villains.
Kingpin. I want a new Tombstone, of course, that matches more like in Spider-Verse.
Yep.
You know, like an enforcer. And Hammerhead, like those are cool. Chameleon, cool, but Rose just is not unique enough for me.
But he has a Rose. Anyway, double pinless everything on Rose. The chat says this could be a great body for a custom. I don't know. You know these people. Tomax, and is that just Tomax backwards?
It is because it's his twin, dude. It's pronounced Zaymot.
Of course.
And their suits were double-breasted, yes, and blue. But you can do it anyway. If you're doing a custom, then you paint it up.
Double-breasted smoking jacket.
No, not a smoking. This is a double-breasted suit jacket.
Can you double-breast a smoking jacket or single?
You can.
Winner Lou says he heard your sigh all the way from Winnipeg. Smoking shoes. There it is.
Yeah.
Those are spats? What's a spat?
It's when you fight with your wife.
Boo. I'm TJ Williams says, nope, I think I'll have enough suits when the indie, I'm assuming that's Indiana Jones figures comes out.
Indiana Jones is something totally different, and I also want to collect that.
Is that I like when typos are make a fun new thing.
Yeah.
Give me a Tombstone. Can you imagine they made that Spider-Verse Kingpin? Like what kind of engineering would be involved for that?
Yeah, it's a painted brick.
Have you seen some of the new figures from the new Ninja Turtles animation?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay, there's one for Rocksteady, and it's the craziest body. Like the head articulation, it's just a face on a body because of the structure, and it just turns this way. Like it's so weird. I mean, I don't know if smoking jackets have pockets. I know what breasts are.
They can.
I know breasts. Plasty, don't clip that if you're watching. Oh, here you go. The side of the shoe. This was dope for me. The next one is a updated suit for the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman. And Dwight mentioned it is the buffer female body, double pin visible everything. Is this the silk body? I think someone was saying. I don't. Do you have a Spider-Woman in your Marvel Legends collection?
I do. I have the original Jessica Drew that they put out with the. I think maybe Allfather, or I don't remember what wave it was. But yeah, I do have one. I like that Haslab joke. That was funny.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for tuning in.
This one looks great, by the way. Looks really good. But there's also another Jessica Drew that came out with, I think it was the Lizard Wave, where she was wearing a bit more of like a detective style, like a modern one. But this looks good. Looks good.
Ooh, Kirby Kai. What's going on? It says, if that Skrull Queen doesn't come with a Jessica Drew head, this is a buy just for the head. Ooh, that's an expensive head swap. Actually, you know what? Actually, yeah, probably if you're buying it just for the head. Anyway, if there's a cool Build-A-Figure in this wave, and there's some comic fans who don't care for the Build-A-Figure, message me. I don't even know if there is a Build-A-Figure or what it would be, but it seems like a good opportunity for some people to split some purchases.
I'm still trying to recover from that X-Men one you and I split.
Why is that?
Bone Crusher. I need a Bone Crusher. I have 0 pieces.
Have you started?
No. At that last toy show we were at, I should have gone in the room looking for bath pieces, and I
You should have.
was too distracted by.
You should have spent that dirty $20 bill you got.
But yeah,
Jason,
I gotta get that Bone Crusher.
Jason and I and my friend Derek, we split a table at a toy show 2 weeks ago. And, you know, there at toy shows, there are some people who, you know, maybe for hygiene is not their top priority. But I have never experienced anything like this one gentleman who I said to Jason, like, who's that guy on Charlie Brown? And you said Pigpen. And then you're like, well, Pigpen is cute though. And I'm like, well, Pigpen's got to grow up, and that was that guy.
But that's just dust and dirt on Pigpen. This was bodily fluids.
The guy had stains on his clothes. I could see him.
It was bad. It was. I'm only laughing because I'm laughing at my inability to not throw up during this conversation. I'm not laughing at the guy because he had some serious problems. But
the way you handled it was so funny because he was going through your stuff, and you were like March 2020 protocol. You were like 6 feet away. You know, when people were still like, oh, 6 feet for COVID, you know, like very strict. You were back there, and you're like, yeah, that one. And then he's like trying to buy stuff, and he gave you this 20 like on Curb when Larry got like a 20 from the shoe from Funkhauser's shoe, and man, it was bad. But it was a fun show. It was a lot of fun.
Everything on my end of the table.
He was only into Marvel, so he touched your stuff. He skipped my stuff because I didn't have any Marvel for sale. Then he would go over to DK's. DK had Marvel. I saw him wipe the sweat from his brow and then scratch his beard. And then he went like this on his shirt as if that would sanitize it. And then he started touching your stuff. I don't know if you caught that part. Anyway.
I also had to leave the table to throw up in a stairwell several times.
It was
awful. Awful.
Anyway, I don't want to ruin anyone's dinner time appetite.
But I did get rid of that 20 as quickly as I could, and then wash my hands with scalding hot water and as much antibacterial soap and stuff that I could find. Anyway.
Jason was in the midst of a conversation with somebody. They're talking about G.I. Joe or something, and he had a figure on his table for sale. Price tag on it, $50. And this guy said, I'm going to buy that. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to negotiate. I'll help Jason do it. So I go, Jason, you know, just to let him know that I'm selling for him. So I'm like, I pointed at the figure and I point to the guy. I'm like, kind of to say like I'm selling this. Right. And then I guess maybe it's my bad. I didn't say I'm selling this, but at the same time, Jason kind of assumed. He looked at me and he's like, 40? And the guy was already, he's got a 20, he's got a 20, he's got a 10. He has all three bills in his hand. And then Jason
he's handing over $50. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll give it to you for 40.
The worst negotiate. So the guy was like, oh, okay. Takes 2 of the 3 bills, just hands the $40 to Jason. The $10 left. I'm like, now you save some money. Why don't you buy another loose figure? He's like, ha! And then he walked away. And the rest of the time,
he smiled so big. Oh yeah, that was me just pissing away $10. It was so funny. I was so distracted talking to that G.I. Joe guy. I was like,
yeah, you were completely nerding about
oh yeah,
Tomax and Zamat. I'm surprised I remember that.
Oh, yeah, that was a fun day other than the horror.
That was the running gag for the day, and also Jason being a customizer and buying everything for projects that he never does, including painting pins on his figures. This one is the one for me that's a definite dope for this wave. I'm not up on comics, but this looks absolutely freaking awesome as a character design. Sometimes when you just see like 2 different things mashed together, I love crossovers. I love some of these different looks. This one looks killer for me. Do you know what's going on with this Daredevil, this version?
I do. That is Elektra.
Right,
and
but
he is in the role of Daredevil. I'm actually reading Daredevil, which is surprising. I have like maybe 2 or 3 Marvel titles that are on my pull list at our local store, which I was at today, by the way. They say hi. And
give it a plug. Give it a plug.
Planet X. There you go. Planet X in Richmond Hill, just outside of Toronto.
Just 15 minutes north of Toronto. Come visit Planet X for your comics. I don't know what.
So I am reading. I'm reading this one, and Daredevil also wears, sort of like Matt Murdock also wears a suit similar to this, and they also have hoods. So if they really want to like elevate this one more step, as you call them, portraits, even though I don't do that, there needs to be a second head and a removable hood to give them that little bit of extra ninja push.
I hope maybe like that hairpiece comes out and then you put a
Yeah,
hood on. Again, they didn't show any accessories other than the size in her hands. They don't show anything that they come with, additional hand
like
swaps. So hopefully,
this character just needs to just kill everyone on your shelf.
yeah.
Like, she comes to life so quick. The color scheme is awesome. Yeah, it feels like Elektra and it feels like Daredevil at the same time, which is really to their credit.
To the
Yeah,
baggy
it's neat
pants.
stuff. And speaking of Toronto, like, the series is being written by Torontonian Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is Chip Zdarsky doing Batman also?
Yes,
That's insane.
it is. Well, writing comics is a lot less time consuming than drawing comics. You
Oh,
can write.
you're gonna gatekeep comic
No,
writing?
no. You
No, I'm messing with you.
no. You can write giant crowd scene fighting. That's like what,
True.
4 words, and then the artist has to draw that for like 2 weeks. So all you have, right? It's a lot easier to say things. So a prolific comic book writer writing monthly books can do 4 series a month. That would be not crazy.
Okay. You see, this is what I'm talking about. If you're reading a series and you're like, man, I wish I had this as a figure, this is the wave that might do it for some people. Nightmare Nemo said it right here. I've been waiting for this one. Mr. Ryan Clark says, dope. Ringer Lou says, what did Dwight say about not showing her scarf? I don't know. Is it that it might be coming with one? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, well, she often, like, not only the hood, but there's like a scarf that kind of comes in front of the mouth.
Oh, here, Noob Collector says, he said she will come with a scarf. There you go.
That's cool. It's probably going to be a soft plastic, right? That kind of matches that. Yeah, you'll dig it. If you want to read the comics, by the way, all mine are loose. I don't have the paperbacks. They're just the single issues. I'm more than happy to share them with you and send them your way if you want to read them.
All right. Yeah, thanks. I will take you up on that. This
Cool.
is one I'd buy if I see it in the wild. No connection with the character, but looks dope AF. Again, I feel the same way. I don't know if it's like a pre-order, like, oh, I got to get this day one. But, you know, I'll pay. If I see it in stores, I'll probably grab it. It looks cool. She has a scarf. I need this even more. There you go. Is it me or is that left knee looking a little wonky? I don't know. Let's see. Enhance. Nah, I think it's just the way it's perfectly straight and turned in. Looks okay to me. Yeah, it's a dope for me. Dope for Jason. What was it? Dope? You can pick this up?
Oh, absolutely. Big dope.
Big old. All right. And it seems like that's the general consensus from the chat. Next up, we have, I think, the last one they revealed for this section. I don't want to call it a wave. I don't know how it's coming out. Nobody knows. It wasn't mentioned. This is the tarantula. It's got some pointy shoes, flight stand that Ryan loves. I think there was already a tarantula a few waves ago, but I don't know.
Really?
There's a few waves or no? It's a while back. I don't know why I feel like there's already a character.
I don't remember ever seeing tarantula.
What do you think for this one?
I like it. He's if they never made it, I wouldn't mind. Like, it wouldn't. He wasn't on my list of my short list of characters I really need to get one. This might be depending on the BAF piece, you know, whether I go for it or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as far as, like, I heard the talk about the black versus blue head, it should match whatever the gloves and boots are. I think if it's like black with blue highlight, this might be one of those times where you kind of want to do the cell shade painting, where, you know, you need to have like that black mask with just a blue highlight somewhere. But then I would do the same thing for the hands and feet, or just go all black. But he looks kind of cool. But definitely one of those characters that you need to have a flight stand for, right? Like, you don't want to display this guy where you can't see his pointy dance shoes.
vanilla pose with a rose.
Yeah, I think he's kind of cool.
Toy Biz made one. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But why did I think it was recent? Anyway, this is a hope for me. I think it's one of those. Yeah, bath piece. There's got to be a few factors to get me to buy this one because there's no deep connections to this. Patty says,
Right.
nope, I believe to the last figure, Daredevil. And there's another comment I wanted to. Mr. Ryan Clark says, if they're doing this, Daredevil, then they need a bearded Daredevil and Ninja Punisher. What are these designs? I gotta look this up. That sounds amazing.
So Daredevil is just like Matt has been just getting stubblier and stubblier, and under the mask, his beard just kind of sticks out now. And he wears like the same kind of costume as Elektra. They're both leading like a ninja clan, which is awesome. And
Nice.
he looks intense. He looks really intense.
All right. I'm gonna need those comics, please. And thank
He looks
you.
like a man on the edge, like how with Charlie Cox he could break at any moment. It feels like that, but his beard has grown in.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This one, they also recapped the Spider-Man VHS series, which are figures, decodes for the look of animated series. There's a black costume. No, symbiote Spider-Man. Is this symbiote? Black costume. Yeah. Same thing. Carnage. Adding to the Spider-Man animated series VHS is oh, Jason, are you getting points? Clockwork Orgy says getting that Chip Zdarsky run of comics enabler points for you.
Nice. Can I forward points to somebody else?
Non-transferable, no cash value.
All right.
And must be redeemed before 2049. Adding to the Spider-Man VHS line is the often requested Aunt May action figure 2-pack.
All right.
Jason's gonna debate the term action figure and Aunt
No,
May.
No, I wasn't. Did they already say that that's the Peggy Carter in her? Like, is it the lower half of Peggy Carter from that 2-pack with Steve Rogers?
It could be.
Those legs just feel
skirt,
like that.
Skirt and legs, and then someone in the chat's gonna be like, Kevin doesn't know skirts as well as suits.
So I can't help but when I see this, no matter what, I can't help but see
it might be
that doll, that famous, terrifying Aunt May doll from the 90s.
I don't know this.
Oh, do I have to look it up? You continue on. I'll look
you
it
could.
up.
I will ramble about Aunt May. Spider-Man and his supporting cast, usually family members, they're all part of the whole Peter Parker identity. So I wanted an Aunt May figure, but then now seeing this, I'm like, do I want this one or do I want Marissa Tomei or MCU Aunt May? This definitely has a specific look to it from the cartoon, and of course, this is a 2-pack. I don't know. Is it the face? I need to see the face. She's got this like, what? Why do you? It's your face for that guy at the convention. It's like there's a smell.
Can I share my screen to show you this?
Or send it to the private chat.
Okay. Well, that means I have to save the image. Do I have just the link?
Yeah, you can right click and copy
image
URL.
I don't want to copy the image.
You are with the internet.
I'm good. I just wasn't sure what way you wanted to do it because I could just
YouTuber
share it myself.
Fellow YouTuber.
Here, take a look.
Do I want to see this?
Yeah, it's of note.
It is of note. Notable or noteworthy? Yikes! Hoochie mama.
So she's got gorilla arms. It's clearly like. Did you ever watch the movie Psycho?
No, I'm not a horror.
Spoilers for the movie Psycho, which is a great movie, and you definitely should watch it just to be up on the language of film. The villain, the murderer, dresses as his mom to like to torture himself and other people. So this looks like the main villain dressed as his own mother.
Is she wearing a dentist bib?
There aren't any answers for all of the great questions we're going to have about why this works. I
It's
mean, why
not
this
even
exists.
that. It looks like they used a green goblin head and repainted
Right.
it or something. It's
Everything about it is terrible. Okay,
oh
everything.
no.
The close-ups of her face are even better if you find any. They're just
I mean, this is it. This is the close.
no. There's some other photographs with lighting from other angles, and it's just right.
That's
Right.
not.
It's Norman Bates vibes. Exactly. So
Let's not
when
do-
I see this Aunt May figure that you just presented, I can't help but just bring my feelings from the other one to this.
because it's an action figure, or any Aunt May brings
Because
you to
it's
that.
like not the Marissa Tomei or Sally Field version. It's like old lady Aunt May just turns into Norman Bates no matter what.
Okay.
When I
Is
see it.
Sally Fields the Toby Aunt May?
No, Sally Field was the Andrew Garfield Aunt May. That was the first departure ever from having an old lady play Aunt May.
The hell does she? Oh yeah, okay, I know who that is. Gotcha.
And then she's just got progressively younger since, as has Martha Kent. Right? Casting Diane Lane as Martha Kent is like, holy smokes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, these matronly old characters from the last century. But I just can't help but see old gorilla arm Norman Bates
All right.
in drag.
Chat,
But
what do you
it's
think?
a nope for
Nope.
me.
It's
no
a
matter
it's
what.
a straight nope for Jason.
No.
Chat, let me know once I show the second half of this 2-pack. It is someone who has romantic entanglements. I think that's a right word, with all of his arms. Doc Ock, right here with the it's an all new sculpt. I believe Mayshelf posted on his IG. Usually when he posts a Marvel Legend, I assume he worked on it. And Mayshelf is a very talented sculptor in his career for toys, so that's always a plus. Doc Ock has all new body, and of course he has bendy tentacles this time. Bendy tentacles with backwards compatibility. Dwight was able to pose them and put them in his previous Doc Ock. And I think Ryan said if you use the flat, there's like two tentacles with flat open hands, I guess you would call it. You can actually have him walking or standing on those. That's what I heard. So that's the 2-pack. I mean,
That's
I thought
amazing.
because I thought it was like, oh, Aunt May, they're going to use Doc Ock and they're just going to repaint another Doc Ock. And
Right.
but that's not the case. It's a whole new sculpt and everything. So is Aunt May the reuse? Because usually one tries to balance out the other in a set like this. I'm assuming for cost purposes or whatnot. So maybe they did use the lower half, Peggy Carter, and the budget went into sculpting a new Dr. Otto Octavius.
Yeah, man. For anyone who's a fan of that cartoon, you guys must be going crazy for this Doc Ock. That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And that mean face he's got on, it looks great.
Is this a mean face?
Yeah, look at that. And he's what do you mean is this a mean
Yeah,
face?
Mad Dog. I thought there'd be like teeth showing or something.
No,
Trevor says rather have a traditional comic Aunt May. Both. Why not both?
his
I would
golden
buy-
Willy joke is for me.
Yeah.
That's for me. There was a comic book. We were talking about this last night on my show, previously in X-Men. We were talking about the time that Aunt May became a Herald of Galactus called the
This is
Golden
the What
Willy.
If?
Or I think it's a Marvel team up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was a joke issue, like a assistant editor's month. So it was a fun one.
Okay.
But Trevor brought it up then. He was the one who gave me the name of it last night. So
Someone please show Psycho. I mean, I could load it. I don't have time. There's other stuff that I want to do. Hey, Yoko. Welcome to the
Yoko.
stream. Sorry, no shower buck today. Oh, wait, I shouldn't have said that first because then I should have just... No. Now she has no reason to watch the rest of the stream. Yeah, so that...
or just to prove you wrong.
She's
She'll
going to
watch
stay.
the rest of the stream out of spite.
Oh, she loves to prove me wrong. There we go.
Right.
One more viewer. Welcome to the stream, Yoko. Rosemary Harris was Toby's Aunt May. Thank you.
And she was,
It's,
ripped right from the pages of the comic book. Like that was classic anime
yeah.
looks. Yeah.
Clockwork Orgy says, "Yay, I'm too lazy to modify my Ock." Jason Young in the chat. Good to see you, Mr. Work More or Less. What's going on? Mayshelf did a good job on this. Yeah, he
Yeah.
usually knocks it out of the park. So not a surprise at all. Dan Yoon confirmed this is going to cost the same as Spider-Man and Carnage packs, so around 50 US, which is 1.4, like what, 70 Canadian?
Right.
But these are usually Pulse exclusives, so with Pulse shipping to Canada, it'll be about $150 Canadian by the time it gets here to me. Not fun. Maybe I will send it to my US shipping service.
You know what? There's I think an opportunity for a third party making those Doc Ock tentacles that elevate him to be able to walk on them. It's like that for the shelf alone is just, it has such additive value for your display to have him up on those tentacles. Yeah, I want that.
Instead
just
of everyone just being on the same plane, just have one rise up.
Yeah.
All right. Resting Beef Face, welcome Yoko. Doc Ock and Golden Girls 2-pack. If you want a team build, just grab a whole bunch of these, Reminds me of an old toy I had, but I'm not paying the price just to get the new arms. If you have one already, I get it. That makes sense.
Hey, I think, did they do Spider-Man animated toys at McDonald's? Because I think I have like a little, he doesn't pose. I don't think he's in the articulation, but he's about maybe 3 inches or 2.5 inches of Doc Ock in that costume.
I don't know. Do you still buy a lot of Happy Meals? I don't know. Your kids
I have not bought a Happy Meal since Batman Returns.
Beyond? Forever. Okay. I think they're starting to move away also from using a lot of plastics. There's a lot of like paper bodies and toys and books and things like that.
Okay.
Hey, you're not the only one who hate watches the channel, Yoko. Wait, hate watch and spite watch is very different.
Agreed.
Jason's like, agreed. I hate watch. Shout out to everyone hate watching. Appreciate the views. Next up, 2023 is the 60th anniversary, relaxo, of Avengers. And of course, what last year was the Spider-Man anniversary. This year is Avengers. And what the hell happened today? The reveals for this just kept going. And again, these figures that are being shown, we didn't get the information of when it's coming out, how it's coming out, where it's coming out. I hope it's everywhere. This probably isn't a Pulse exclusive, but the figures just kept coming. It is the anniversary of the Avengers figures. First up,
and they posed it good too.
It's a fantastic pose.
This looks great.
Iron Man Mark 1.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's amazing, and I love that this suit has become iconic for the whole generation, like for multiple generations, not just people who love Silver Age Marvel Comics, but because they threw that in the movie or did an interpretation of it in the first movie. Everyone knows the Mark 1 and even knows that it's the Mark 1. Like we all know the name of it. It looks great. The little antenna on his left shoulder. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait to hold this chunk of plastic in my arms. It's just perfect. It's so much fun.
They mentioned that it's got the inverted rocker at the abs, so he can swivel and I think move around a little bit. I'm zooming in on the wrong screen. I was zooming in on StreamYard, and I'm like, I can't see anything. Right there. Yeah, so it's inverted rocker. And, Mark 1, Iron Man, dope. Chat says super dope. Kirby Kai thinks Jason hates it. Yeah, I could tell from your reaction.
It was the head slap heard around the world.
Why would they make this? Super dope. I wasn't even thinking I needed another Iron Man. They keep getting me. I mean, what's the next closest thing? Like,
what do you mean?
In toy form, is it just the MCU one?
The next closest thing to looking like this?
Yeah, like a Mark 1 suit as a toy. Did they have one for Marvel Legends?
Yes.
Toy Biz?
Yes.
Okay,
There's a Toy Biz of
couldn't
this.
remember.
In yellow, I think, and in the plain old iron.
What's up, DK? DK said, "Do not buy me this Iron Man. Don't try to resurrect my Marvel Legends collection." DK wasn't into Marvel Legends. I knew he loved Iron Man, so this was like years ago. Was it like 10 years ago, DK? I bought him that Toy Biz Marvel Legends Wave 1 Iron Man, and I was like, "Here you go. Off you go onto this journey." And then he dived into, I think that opened up a doorway for like 6-inch scale figures too. So he started buying Black Series and all these things. He started blaming me, and then recently he sold off some of this stuff, which attracted that adult Pigpen fellow at the toy show. But
Pigpen is just dusty. It's
he
all
can't
good.
be that dirty without smells.
I don't mind. He was so cute, Pigpen. But anyway, this figure is great. If DK doesn't want to get it, Derek, you can always just come over and play with mine. Really, like you need to experience this figure whether you own it or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this. They
too.
mentioned the little antenna on the shoulder, like you
Yeah.
spotted as well. Yeah, and back to the guy at the show. He had like grass stains on his jacket, other like liquid stains.
His
It was
groin
insane.
was a different color of just.
Wait, what?
It was permanently urine stained because he just pees his pants.
Are you embellishing this, or you actually noticed that?
I noticed that.
Oh my!
I could smell it before I saw him. That it had wafted down. It was like questionable. Do we call security and an ambulance? Like it was. There were issues. There were some serious issues with this person. Yeah, it was so bad. I don't want to. I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I really wish you didn't give that detail. Jason says it's definitely the standout reveal of the day. I wouldn't disagree. There are a few, but this one is up there. Nightmare Nemo says, "Nope, I don't need this version of Iron Man. Cool though. That's perfectly respectable. Everyone buy this figure and send it to DK." Oh, I get it. This is what you do. Reverse psychology, everyone. Oh, don't buy me this. I don't want it. And then everyone buys it for you. Okay,
I know
DK.
we can't see here, but did they say at all during the stream that we're able to see his face through the eyes?
I don't recall if they said that.
I really hope that we can see little Tony Stark eyes in there.
That would be a cool detail.
Yeah.
Did I buy you a Mark 1 Iron Man? I don't think it was a Wave 1 Iron Man was not Mark 1, DK. Unless I bought you one later on. Everyone buy DK. I'm not falling for your tricks, Derek. You get nothing. You get nothing. Next up, they showed a Bruce Banner.
Sure.
And then at first I'm like, oh, okay, nothing crazy. But they're like, did they say it was a 2-pack that comes together? This is it's a new face on the Hulk, and they said that they used a less muscular torso and body, the mid and upper torso,
less defined and less veiny, and going for a more Kirby-ish look.
Right.
But they've also posted like this, which is the first appearance of the Hulk, right? Is the Banner in front and the Hulk behind. So there's some really nice features to it. I love that the clothes that he's wearing are the clothes that have ripped. Like that's.
I was just gonna say.
Right? That's kind of perfect for a display. Can I plug someone else's comic for a minute?
Sure.
If you guys want to, if Kevin, if you want to give me the full screen here for a moment, I'm just going to compare two comics, so you all can see. This is a new comic book that came out. I think it was even last week. It's called Hulk Grand Design by Jim Rugg. This is the size of our normal comic, and this is the size of Hulk Grand Design. So you can see it's a big boy, and it is the most Hulk that a comic book could possibly be. It covers 30 years of the Hulk's history in unbelievable art by Jim Rugg, where he references every other artist that came before him and every scene. So you get some things that, actually the cover that I was talking about is right here. This is the first appearance of the Hulk, right?
Oh, he doesn't even have the same color clothes on there.
No, but also the coloring didn't go the way that they were hoping it was going to go. That's one of the reasons they corrected him to green. But you get some just really amazing moments where there's like a reference to like the first Avengers cover in its style, and so he'll kind of draw in that way as the story follows the Hulk through all of these problems. It's quite cartoony at times. You can see with the Fantastic Four there when he meets them all, but he also delivers some serious comic book beatdown action as the whole thing continues. You know, getting struck by Thor. Some really wild work being done. Cool. Like, this guy loves comic book making so much that he applies every single part of the craft to the book. Like, just all the lettering in the Hulk. This is a page. Just playing with all those.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like, next issue. And this guy just has a love for all of these things. He read every issue, or 30 years worth of Hulk comics to put this together. And he, you know, generated all this stuff. So it's just gorgeous. Check it out. Hulk Grand Design at Planet X in Richmond Hill and every other comic book store around the world. Order yours before it is gone. Anyway, that's my plug for some Hulk.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did they cut the check for that plug, or what's?
You know what?
I'm kidding. That looks so cool.
I would be so happy to plug Jim Rugg's artwork anytime. I follow him on Patreon, and anytime I have like a comic book making question, I just ask him, and he just writes me back right away.
Oh, nice.
And he gives me a very warm response. He seems like a very good human being. So
you mentioned the change to a green Hulk. Is that based on comic book limitations?
There's like a little bit of hearsay about why the Hulk went from gray to green. Some people say it's because they wanted it to be like Frankenstein, because Frankenstein was showing up green in some like a famous movie poster that Stan Lee had around. Even though he's not the artist, he often was the art director, because he wanted, you know, kind of have a hand in what everyone else was doing. So Kirby draws it, of course. You know, Kirby brings a lot of the things to the book that we all love, and with the character, does all the storytelling, not the dialogue, but paces out the story the way he wants to. And they were so just like a miscommunication as to what the color was going to be. It didn't look good. It didn't sell well the first issue. Gray is not a good color for printing in comic books, so It didn't look good. So they made an adjustment by the second or third issue to make him green, because gray looked terrible. They didn't. Really.
And what was what's the comic book reason for the color change?
More radiation.
More.
Yeah, just give him a second dose. And they retcon that. Like, they just go back and say, oh, you know, between this issue and this issue, someone else gave him a dose of that, and you can, or he got angrier. You know, like, it doesn't matter.
There's I imagine there's a colorist. It's like, how angry is the Hulk? And there's like a scale for reference. Right. Like, oh, this shade of gray, and we're into this green.
I think in the Ang Lee movie they did that. I think he changed size and got differently green the angrier he got.
We have Bat Force Grump in the chat. It is a 2-pack confirming. Thank you so much. There was a lot happening today, and I was getting ready to pick up the kids. But yeah, it's, you know, you mentioned that it was a comic cover or comic appearance, and that's when I noticed, it's like, that's his clothes ripping, changing into the Hulk and ripping, and you know, they maintain the same color, which is a nice detail. A 2-pack. I can't imagine how much this is going to be here in Canada. I'm a little concerned. Does this make you want to get it?
It does. I love, now that they have also that Iron Man Mark 1, I kind of want to have the first appearance versions of all these guys next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it excites me to see something like this for sure. I have a good Hulk already, or a couple good Hulks, but this one just it's pushing a button.
I think I only have the deluxe one, which is actually like a lot of fun.
I've got the Wolverine 2-pack one, so he comes with the white shirt.
Oh wait, that is the one I have. I think I split.
I like him. Right, it was a good call.
You're in like with him, Mr. Ryan Clark. I actually like that banner and the Hulk art color coordinated. It's like the transformation. Yeah. There you go. That'll be a cool display if you had Banner like on his knees or something, covering his face, and then you just add a little smoke.
Do you know what would be awesome? Seeing all the customizers that can make the in-between.
Ooh.
You get a figure that's like partway between, like, let's just say that Venom that I just got from you. where he's barefoot, right? So you can get him kind of monster foot, and his proportions are kind of gross. And you add on some sculpting of the clothes that are being ripped and paint him up, of course, but have him crouched as if he's transforming. There should be some really great opportunities.
Matt Logic says,
Yeah.
"Do you know what that gold bust is?" Yeah, it's Julius Caesar. Jason, like me, is a huge fan of history, and it's a bust of Julius Caesar the second, right there.
It is definitely not a secret statue that opens the secret passage to my Batcave. It is not that.
Oh, are you trying to reverse psychology?
No.
Everyone like DK?
No. It does not open up anything secret. So don't worry about it. It's not, yeah. There you go. The Mr. Fix-It gray thing comes later, of course. That's like an opportunity, like I said, about them changing characters' looks in 86 and 87 for the 25th anniversary. They kind of they adjust Iron Man, they adjust Captain America, they adjust Spider-Man, and Hulk goes gray for a change. This. All
right, we're gonna get to it. Just want to say what's up to another channel member, supporter of the channel, Norn Radicals. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Ryan Clark. If you got a dip, thank you for staying as long as you did. Have a great night. The next reveal is a Thor and Destroyer 2-pack. Jason, what do you think?
My first thought right away was to correct Dwight.
Of course. You were going to actually him?
Yes, actually.
I'm actually.
But I'm really happy to see a Destroyer armor. I wanted this in my little Thor section of action figures for a long time. I have, like I've said before, I love Kirby stuff. I love Kirby tech. I love the weirdness of his mixing of sci-fi and mythology. And so having a Destroyer in the background of my Thor display is perfect for me. I want this one.
What is the actually?
The actually is Dwight made a mention about the bearded head being like a Simonson costume. And that part is right, but this costume doesn't go with that head.
Okay.
They're two different time periods. In 86, when Simonson is still on the book, it's like Thor 367. Thor gets slashed in the face by Hela, and he's wounded and it won't heal. She puts a curse on him that any wounds he suffers will not heal. So he hides his face to not show everyone that he's got like a huge gash, and eventually he grows that beard to cover up the gash so no one knows. And he stays bearded for the rest of the run that Simonson is writing and drawing the book. But years later, in like 1991, in Thor 433, there is a new character. It's not Don Blake anymore. It's like a new Thor, and he wears that costume with the open sides. He likes to have nip slips, and those.
It's the guy at the gym with the loose tank.
Exactly. He has those boots, and his mask has like a face shield. His helmet has a face shield that comes over down to the nose, where his eyes are just the slits. So this head will be hopefully like matches on to the 80th anniversary body, which would be the head I would display it with personally. Like that's I want my Thor bearded, but I want a second head for this figure that matches the costume.
Well,
big explanation. I'm sorry, but that's just.
Oh no! I wasn't welling like that. Winger Lose just wrote in the chat that Dan from the Hasbro Marvel Legends marketing team says the Thor accessories will tell us which Thor this will actually be based on.
Right. I can. Here, I'll send you the link and I'll show you. It is based on this Thor for the most part.
Is there no shirt on the sides of Thor?
You will see. That is correct. It's like an open. There you go. Take a look, and you can show everybody. This is his first appearance in Mighty Thor 433.
That's a mouthful. Let me just close down my screen share so that. Oh God, Aunt May is still up. What have you done?
So you can see the boots, right?
Yep.
And you can see the open sides of the costume. and you can see how the helmet comes over his face.
I like that helmet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be really cool to have multiple Thor portraits that you can put on all the different bodies, and it works on everyone. Whether it's Ragnarok Thor, like the one that is the android cyborg thing,
Right.
from Civil War, or whether it's the 80th anniversary, or whether it's this new one.
All right. So are you 3 for 3 so far? Buying all 3?
Yes.
You don't have to be ashamed.
4 for 4. Destroyer is it's 2-pack, so yeah, they're 2-packs.
Yeah. So 5 for 5.
We didn't talk about Banner's glasses are coming off.
Oh, they come off.
I want to know how Toby he is without those glasses on.
Yeah. Someone Bad Wolf said he's got some Peter Parker vibes going on.
Totally.
I mean, they're just nerdy scientists, I guess.
Yeah, Banner and Peter are pretty similar, I guess. In their early appearances.
All right, so you're 3 for 3 in terms of sets or sales. That's 3 sales right there.
Yup.
Next is the long-awaited, long-teased. I've seen people calling Sky Cycle for every Marvel Legends stream for the last I don't know how many years, because Ryan seemed to always have the Toy Biz one in the background.
Right.
And today we actually got a new Hawkeye redone with soft goods skirt, so he can sit down, and the Sky Cycle with a flight stand. Are we 4 for 4 yet?
It's 4 for 4. Absolutely.
Oh damn!
I am mildly disappointed that those look like Bucky Cap boots on the original Hawk. I kind of want new boots, but that's fine. But it's the bow and the quiver are reuse, and I wouldn't mind a new bow that doesn't come with every character that has a bow.
Oh, true. Let me see what I have here.
And the soft goods skirt is like great. That's fantastic that they did that. Try it. Let's see how it goes. And he's butterfly.
Pinless.
You'll get
Everything
some good
with butterflies. Yeah.
Some good poses, right? With pulling back.
You need that for archers.
Yeah, it's
and
appropriate.
They mentioned the Sky Cycle is 3 pieces and should be easy to build. And of course, I did receive some messages today. Man Mountain 275 wrote in the Enabler Discord, anyone else notice the jab at Kevin on the easy to build Sky Cycle? Where is it? Easy to build. I said to Ryan, he's like, I thought we were friends. Like, why did you take that shot at me on the stream? He's like, it wasn't meant to be. And then the next message, he was like, but I can see how it could be perceived that way. So thank you for everyone who messaged when they noticed that. This is a dope. For me, Nightmare Nemo says, I'm afraid of the price. I don't know skirts, and I don't know suits. Apparently, it's probably not going to be the same price as some of the other 2-packs, right? Because you get a whole Hulk and Banner, or a Destroyer and a Thor. Either way, this is a dope for me.
Yeah, me too. Did they say it's coming with the stand?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay, good.
It's got to be.
Again, back to that elevated piece, like having that variety on the display is really fantastic.
You got to have flight stands with levitating vehicles.
Yeah.
I collect those Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron ships, and I'm disappointed that a lot of them don't come with a clear stand. Their idea is like, oh, if it can stand on its own on the table, it's fine. But I'm like, these are ships. I want to pose them up. The old Micro Machines had a generic clear stand. Jason's something triggered in your mind.
I'm just reading one of the comments, and I was thinking about doing research.
Oh, okay. Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, looking at some old Avengers stuff I have here. I bet you he wasn't left-handed in the comics. I bet you actually most artists didn't worry about continuity between just whatever pose looked right. And truthfully, if you're going to say like that this guy, not to get too fussy, but if this guy is an archer that can battle on the same team as Thor and Black Panther, he should probably be able to shoot a bow and arrow
Yeah.
with both hands.
Equally as good.
Yeah, he's
Ambidexterously.
yeah.
Literally Action Figs, welcome to the stream. He says, Dan said he advocated for better prices. Thank you, Dan. And that the Destroyer 2-pack will be less than $80, for example. That's still 110-ish, probably, Canadian. Which,
It's a lot of money.
like a deluxe and a... I don't know. What do you think? Americans is $80 US for the Destroyer and Thor. What you had in mind, better or worse? The clear Sky Cycle windshield is awesome.
It's great. It also throws back to I was saying before about that Avengers TV show, the cartoon Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Kevin, have you watched it?
I've seen parts of it. I don't think I finished it.
It's worth watching. I mean, if you want to kind of get your Avengers comic fix in not comics.
I think I got to the Secret Invasion arc.
Right.
Which is
it's
a lot of fun.
And it works with kids too. So, when one or both of yours want to watch something that's kind of superhero-y, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
He flies around on a sky cycle for a lot of it.
I guess everyone's flying in the air and he's just like, wait for me. So he's got to get up there.
And it's so ridiculous, right? Like no one would. It is a ridiculous vehicle, and it's just perfect, silly comic book stuff. So
it's just I had a toboggan like this when I was a kid. A snow vehicle.
A GT Snow Racer.
GT Snow Racer. That's what it is. Is that the one?
Over. I've got one.
You still have from when you were younger, or do they still make them?
I have it from my brother-in-law.
Is the GT Snow Racer the one? The brakes was just a metal bar, and when you pulled the metal bar, it was two metal prongs that would just dig into the snow and just launch you forward.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah, and it has a steering wheel with the one ski in the front. Oh my god.
Hold on, 4, 5. This whole wave, no wonder that's your reaction. This is the Secret Wars Doctor Doom. I keep magnifying the wrong page.
There he is.
I think I have a metallic one. I don't know why, like a smaller scale one. Monica Rambeau with new arms, with sleeves that can, mimic that look, whether it's a straight arm or bent. It's single elbow due to that construction. And
she is
Secret Wars,
like wizard sleeve, like sleeve of wizard.
Hang loose, like. Shout outs to Yoko, who's now starting to do a Borat accent on streams without trying. And Secret Wars Doom, new torso and head. With some Iron Man parts, I believe. That's what Dwight said. Chat. Nightmare Nemo says Earth's Mightiest Heroes is dope. I should finish it for sure. I'll take a half drink because I have watched half of it. Oh, that's right. That's the bike. That's this speeder bike stand. And also was Luke's speeder on that flight stand too for Hawkeye?
I don't know.
Is that like an accessory from another line coming into this line?
I hope so. Here, Kevin. Here's the Secret Wars figure. There you go. So I like the green holster or thigh strap, and he comes with removable gun, like a pistol, and a big gun on the back you can take out. But this is
What's the billboard he's holding on his left arm?
The figures came with shields for whatever reason, with lenticular imagery. So
right.
Of course it's gonna. There we go. So
is that comic accurate, or I guess characters wouldn't be holding shields of a hologram of themselves?
It didn't matter. It was just for fun. I mean,
okay.
Stop
it's like
being
the
like that.
No, I'm not familiar, so I thought it's like it looks like the guy outside the mattress store spinning the sign around. It's like, turn in here.
So he shares parts with Iron Man.
Right.
And the story behind that is that Kenner, the toy company Mattel was making these, And Marvel had a deal with Mattel to make a comic book series to promote the toy, and the toy, of course, promotes the comic book series, so it's mutually beneficial. But the execs at Mattel did not want to use Doctor Doom's regular armor, so they wrote it out of the series by making him, power up and get rid of his medieval looking, his Bavarian looking, right? It's of course Latvian, but that's anyway. His
Did
medieval.
You just
looking,
actually yourself?
Yeah, I did. I'm so good at it.
Actually.
So the execs got the Marvel crew, which in that case was Mike Zeck doing the art in that series, John Beatty on inks for the most part. Anyway, that's why he looks like this. And I love it. I have huge affection for this version of the character. So it's a big dope for me.
Oh, man.
But I want that thigh holster to be green.
Okay.
The strap. Yeah. It's very cool.
Let me see.
He gets the power of the Beyonder.
Is he the organizer of the games?
The Beyonder? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I like Monica, but those single elbows are a no-go for me. I get it. Yeah, again, Dwight mentioned because of the, I don't know, engineering with the elbow. I guess it would have been too far. It wouldn't work with those sleeves. I don't know.
The sleeve things are a little weird.
How would you make? Would you want like a Storm situation where it's soft?
Great question.
Goods?
Great question. That was my first thought when I saw this. But they can never really match the white of the fabric to the white of the plastic. So it looks a weird. I think it's like a lose-lose. So the design is a weird design because it's not a actual like a flowy sleeve. It's an additional flap on the bottom of a skin-tight sleeve. Like John Romita Jr., who designed the costume, like it's a weird design. It shows her motion when she moves in the comic, but I don't know if it works in toy form. Definitely not at the angle they're showing it, with that sticky outy piece.
Sticky outy.
I would probably keep
here?
her in a vanilla pose or, lock the arm into a different position, but that's not the right angle to show her. But the figure is what I want.
This looks like it works, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the little nub in there.
The triangle stand was used before for the Marvel Legends Demo Goblin. Yes, that is correct. The Detective Win or Lose comes through again. So they're using the same stand on different lines? Because I think the Star Wars one had different lengths on each side, so you can get different heights based on how you had it oriented and placed on your table, so you can get different. I may be probably wrong, but not to the point where I would actually myself. Anyway, chat seems mixed on this. Jason, it's a dope for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on this. I wasn't into that storyline. Like
I was gonna make that Doom anyway. I was gonna try and find myself.
Sure you were, pal.
And the Ultron body.
On the next toy show, right? Yeah, you're gonna get the parts and make it. The next one, we have some characters in smoking jackets, leather smoking jacket, and boots, apparently. Cersei and the Black Knight with laser sword. They kept using laser sword. It seemed very excited to get it into the line. I think this is a new portrait for him. I mean, remember the first one? He came with 3 heads, and I was army building, so I have a case full of alternate head sculpts for him. This jacket seems to work a little bit better. We talked about the break between the sleeves, and
yeah.
Then this one seems to work. I'm assuming they reused the legs.
Yes.
That scaly armor.
Yeah.
Probably the boots, and I don't know who or what she is or does.
You do. You know her from the that Marvel movie that everyone was mad about.
You'll have to be more specific.
The one from what do you call it? From the pandemic time that came out with all those
Eternals?
characters. That's the one. Wait,
Cersei. You actually didn't remember the name?
No, I did. I'm just teasing you.
Oh,
That's Cersei. That's the character that
Oh, okay.
Can do those things with the powers that did the thing, turn stuff around. Magic.
Who
Like
was the actress?
I don't remember her name, but she was good.
It's
She
either
was the lead character in the movie.
Salma Hayek.
No, Salma Hayek wasn't the lead character.
Salma Hayek wasn't the lead. Angelina.
Did you watch The Eternals?
Jolie?
No, Angelina Jolie wasn't the lead.
Oh, Gemma.
Gemma.
Oh, okay.
Is her name Gemma Chan? Is that her name?
I don't know, but that seems awfully presumptuous.
What if that's her name? How's it presumptuous? That's
no,
her
it
name.
is. You're correct. You're correct. Saved.
believe-
Saved by
Yeah.
your actually.
I
Wow, I understood Jason's words. He pulled an Ernie. It's like he did the thing with it, and then it was like that, and it was very vague yet very specific.
So that's
Ryan.
Cersei in a 90s costume. Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Okay. So Ryan, laser S word. Nice plug for the Enabler Photo Challenge due tomorrow. We will highlight some photos. The theme is S words or swords, depending on your level of literacy. Laser S word. Gotta love the in chat troll from Ryan. It's the best. Eternals. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Where are you at on this 2-pack?
This is a nope for me.
The first one?
Yeah. I was not reading Avengers when they all started to wear jackets and pretend to be badasses.
That's some smoking to do.
Yeah. Of like maybe the top 10 story arcs of Avengers in all of history, this won't even come close to making that list. This is like one of the most made fun of time periods for the Avengers costumes. And I'm glad they're making it for people building like 90s Avengers. It's just, that's not me. That's cool. I'm building the 60s Avengers and 70s and 80s Avengers, right? But I'm not going for 90s.
That hairstyle definitely is of a specific period.
Yeah, this is a great representation of those figures or those characters in the comic books. My buddy Chris,
yes.
Who has Thunderstrike. Like, if I find these, I'll get them for him, like, because he has that, but not me.
Bad Wolf makes a great point. The S word looks like the Macquarie style concept art for Stormtroopers from Star Wars. Interesting. But then you don't have a Macquarie style Stormtrooper to go with it. So
yet.
Did you see that Macquarie Obi-Wan and Vader 2-pack?
Maybe.
I think it was a Disney exclusive. I saw it at Disney and I still didn't buy it. I'd stick to the art. Those figures weren't the best.
Yeah, the Macquarie concept art is unbelievable. It's really beautiful stuff.
Cosplayers before they go to convention, come on. It's me on Halloween, where we go clubbing, and it's like I gotta put my jacket on first, and then I'll have my costume on underneath. I like the Black Knight for army building because you can put different head swaps and use them as like generic knights. I really like those. But yeah, this is a note for me. Chat is, I don't know. What does everyone think? Another cool set, but a pass.
It's just such a specific moment. But like I said, it didn't age well in comics, but that's okay.
Is this
someone out there likes it for sure?
Yeah. Is this like 20 different sets of 2-packs or like 10 different sets of 2-packs coming out? Because that's a lot of stuff. Anyway, 5. Are we 4 for 5 or 5 for 6? 4 for 5. Count. There's a lot. Did you just slap the mic? This is an updated hyper or super articulated Black Widow, double pinless everything, butterfly joints. It has the inverted ab and the torso rocker for that perfect combo of body articulation. It's got this kind of short hair look for her. This looks awesome. They mentioned updating to get a hyper articulated male body for the line. Now this is the female one. Chat, what do you think? Dope or nope? Jason.
Yeah, this is completely timeless costume for her, right? It's you can put this anywhere in any display, and again, like great job posing this one for the photography.
Except for the
really-
foot in the air. I'm just nitpicking.
Be nitpicky like that. That's totally true, right? That it would have even been that much better if someone had have put that foot down. It really looks great. It sells me on it right away. I've been, circling this kind of figure for her. I have the motorcycle one and didn't keep the motorcycle. Like I
Retro
want
card.
that. Yeah, I've got the retro card one, but it has the belt and it has the gauntlet pieces, whereas the one from the motorbike has a different belt and different wristbands. So I've been like swapping to get things right. I have on hand, I've got the white uniformed one, which again has the belt and the wristband pieces.
People are using Shriek, right? The new Shriek to kit
Right.
bash the Black Widow.
I'm a fan of when the costume isn't painted on. I like it when there's a few wrinkles or creases. No belly button.
Oh
So,
yeah, we've had that talk before.
Right.
The belly button on a costume.
Yeah. So this one looks fantastic, and I might even get more than one.
Ooh, okay.
I keep sometimes figures around my drawing board for reference, posing and stuff. And so I have this white one here, because you get her all sorts of poses, but she's not on my display. But the new one, the hyper articulated, would probably be on my display downstairs, and I want one up here for posing.
Okay. Sorry, I jumped ahead. That's the third one we didn't mention.
Right. This is a great figure, and I really hope the head swaps work with the different hairstyles.
I'll take Eshward for 400. The chat is loving this as well. They should be. This thing looks fantastic. It's a dope for me. One in the collection, not in the bedroom. I only keep Pokemon toys in the bedroom. Dope from Nightmare Nemo. 1/6 shooter says dope.
Catch them all.
We're gonna lose is starry-eyed and head explode. I think that's what Jason was doing as well. His reaction, literally. I mean, this is a dope across the board from everybody. Yeah. Jason Young says it's a beauty. Matt Logic 44. Dom says it's a huge dope. I was literally looking to buy a new Black Widow last night. Take her out of your cart. Don't check out. Wait for this. Save your dough. Save your bread, as Dan says. Save your pizza crust, as I like to modify that quote. Proportions look great. Dan said she comes with a classic head sculpt too. Beautiful.
That's awesome. And then just even the fact that her zipper is painted, right? Like on the white one here, it's not painted. So just like those little touches go a long way.
That hair over the eyes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really cool. I'm looking to see more of that face as well. It looks great.
Did Dan live tweet this, or was this all on Wade? But hey, thank you everyone who is here giving me the tips, but of course supporting the community. If you watch another stream and you're here watching this too, I really appreciate that, because why would you want to watch the same thing twice? But why would you want to watch people talking about a live stream that you watched earlier in the day? I don't get it either, but you're here and I love that. And I really shouldn't point that out, because then people are going to get wise to it. And thank you for being here and giving me all the updates. I appreciate you all. Kirby Kai says, give us a new Psylocke on this buck.
Ooh.
Are we due for a new Psylocke? Yeah, possibly. It comes with a ton of accessories. I would love that. Love that. So is everyone else a 2-pack, and this is hyper articulated. Sorry. Super articulated, and then comes with accessories to, kind of build it up to be on par with everything else that's coming out. That would be great to see. Mackerson says, very dope. Thank you, Mackerson, for tuning in. David De La Huerta, my Black Widow would have much shorter hair. Interesting.
Well, there is that one where she's got the shield backpack, the jetpack, and the jacket in the gray suit, so you can put that head on.
Oh yeah, that one's May Shelf too. That head sculpt.
Yeah, it's good. I have that one.
Pretty sure that's May Shelf. Yeah, I love that one. And I think I put the jetpack on, and it's never coming off because it was impossible to get on.
I can do that for you.
Jesus.
I did it twice.
No, I did it once, and I choose not to do it again. Ryan says, Jason, you will want more than one. and we'll use them all.
Yeah.
Oh, is that, in reference to multiple heads? You display all the different looks, different look in the bedroom. I couldn't keep a straight face on that.
Yeah, man. It's neat also because my Marvel Legends shelf of like the comic book ones are usually in some kind of loose chronology. So like she would fit in the modern, but she also fits in like the 70s, like there's multiple spots for her. Yeah.
This is a pretty great look.
Yeah, it really is cool. I don't know how they would ever top it. Truthfully, like it's the definitive Black Widow, right?
It has the potential to be. I think Dwight said it's in his top 10. You don't have it in hand yet. Is it the definitive Black Widow? I think it has the makings of one. We will see. I'm excited to get it. Brian Blessed Fury Fletch. That's a tongue twister. Personally thought today's reveals were on point. I love the Daredevil, Jessica Drew, the Hulk, Bruce Banner 2-pack, the classic. Yeah, those are all great choices. It was definitely a great stream. Very, very entertaining. And thank you for stopping by the channel. Yoko says some of us are boycotting until we get Shower Bucky. Respectfully. It's again, they got it. They're not gonna just give it to you.
She is committed.
Keep you coming back.
Like, wow.
I don't think it's a bit, Jason. So there's a reason she's committed. Man,
it's not a bit, it's a life like choice. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's good.
Whoops, just clicked the wrong unfortunate area. Speaking of Bucky's, this one was actually really funny to me. Well, hold on, zoom out. This was, it was meta on crap. It was meta as hell because the Bucky Cap mold, that body type from years ago was just a standard, right? Figures you see it all the time. Be like, oh, it's on the Bucky Cap, it's on the Bucky Cap, and then the Bucky Cap was started to get phased out for the Vulcan body, and then now they're releasing Bucky Cap on a Vulcan body. Like it's come full circle. It's a new upgrade, and it's got all the articulation. The butterflies, he's got weapons that come out of their respective holsters and sheaths, and a shield. Chat, Jason, what do you think of this Bucky? Except Yoko, because I know this is not your Bucky. But what do you think? Dope or nope?
I think it's dope, and I haven't had my Bucky Cap on display for a long time, maybe a couple of years. He got bumped off the shelf as more things showed up.
Retired.
So I wonder if I'm getting him, would he find a spot in the bin or a spot on the shelf? Like, I like the character. I read that arc.
You would get him to put it in the bin?
I have to think about it. Like, is he gonna make the shelf if I get him? I want the figure. I'm glad it's on this buck. I don't mind the Alex Ross design. Like I said, I like the character.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that I want it. Like I want it. I really like it.
There's still some love in the chat for that gray suit Black Widow.
Yeah.
It's a killer figure. It came with so much stuff. What did it have? Like blast effects and stinger effects, and it was a Walmart exclusive, I believe. What a great figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yoko says I should be committed in the mental institute. I'm getting this Bucky Cap just on print, just for the jokes that it's like
just to like endorse the upgrade, like to, you know what I mean, to put your money where your mouth is. Like, we like the new Vulcan buck, and I don't know, I kind of get it, I guess.
Eric Alfred Abel, thank you for the super chat. Looking for a more curvaceous Black Widow. I mean, I think she looks good. If you're looking for a more curvy Black Widow, I guess this isn't the definitive one like it is for Jason, who's bringing it into the bedroom. But hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chat. And I don't think they don't like women. That's a little bit of a stretch. Bucky from the butt down. Let's see. 2.0 is dope. Winger Lou says it's dope. Yoko's 50-50 on this. Why is it from the butt down? I don't get it. Damien Ristori, new name in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Says some ace reveals again. Still on the lookout for another Thor classic villain, namely Curse.
Yeah.
Comic book style. 2023 is shaping up good.
They gave Curse was in the second Thor movie. He was the villain who was with Malekith, who like put some sort of thing, shoved it into his internal cavity, and then he was transformed into a
butt. They call that a prison wall.
Anyway, he sized up and he got put in the prison.
There you go.
On Asgard, and then breaks out, and he kills. Does he kill Thor's mom? I think he's like in that scene, and eventually Thor's got to kill him by the end of the movie. But he was like the Bane, the movie Bane of that film. You know
like the Bane of Thor, or like Bane of Batman, which I guess is that's why he's named that.
He was the Jeep Svensson version of Bane for Thor: The Dark World. Does it make sense? He was just a big brute that was wearing platform boots. That, was a physical antagonist, but not the actual villain of the movie.
All right. Well, thank you, Damien, for tuning in. Got the Great Britain emoji. What is that, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. right now? 4, 5, 3. Well, thank you for tuning in at this early hour for you. I might pick this up. I don't have a Bucky Cap.
You want my old one? I'll sell them to you.
You'll sell it to me?
Yeah.
How much?
$40. Oh, 50? I mean 40. Oh no. It happened again.
No, I'm just an artist. I don't know how to sell things.
The guy had $50 in his hand and I talked him down.
It's not even like he had a $50 bill and gave you the money and asked for 10 back. He had 20, 20, 10.
And he pulled the 10 out and handed the 2 20s. It was so funny. Oh, man. It was definitely one of the stupidest things I've ever done.
It's because afterwards, every sale that came by and someone asked you for a better price, you would just look at me. And the first time I would look at you and I'd make a joke. The second time you would look at me and I wouldn't look at you. The third time you look at me and I would just be making a face like this, just trying to look away. It got worse and worse each time.
I'm glad that the stupid thing I did only cost me $10. Let's put it that way.
For everyone's enjoyment. Yeah, it was worth it. Can we share a speculation on the Haslab? Oh, we will
Definitely.
We will get there. We will speculate. Damien, 4 a.m. Yes, I'd be mathing. If you're into 4 a.m. streams, the enablers will be on tomorrow. Usually the enablers are on long enough that when people in Europe start saying hello in the chat, I'll know we've run too long. Because I'm like, oh God, I have work. Because usually if they're up at like 7 or 8, that means we're into like 2, 3 o'clock. And I go, all right, time to call it. So, this is a nice change. Next up, we have the Skrull Queen. Oh, your favorite. She has the belly button on the skin tight costume. Someone mentioned earlier, was it Kirby Kai? Hopefully she comes with a Jessica Drew head. That would be cool because it's a good opportunity to have this costume with the Jessica Drew, kind of get it. But also, or buy the other one. And what's this dude? Some sort of other super Skrull?
Yes.
He's got a long, stretchy. Is this Mr. Fantastic power, or is this just Yoko's arm that's really long? He's got lots of things there. Mr. Fantastic. He's got some Black Bolt, some Iron Man, some Doctor Strange. Right, yeah. And I believe they mentioned the cape or the cloak does come off. The Black Bolt detail on the head there. These are cool. I always want more Skrulls, even though I think it's just a cool look. And of course, when they take on the features of characters that you know. I love mashups like this. This is a
Yeah.
dope for me. Instant buy. Nightmare Nemo
Nope.
says, "Need me some Skrulls and the enabler streams almost fill up my 8-hour shift. We're trying to have fun. It's a dope for Loki. Yoko was wondering if that was her arm. Yeah, they absorbed the Avengers and Fantastic Four powers and yours, Yoko. He was the Skrull that infiltrated the Illuminati as Black Bolt. I mean, that's got to be an easy one. You don't have to say anything.
I don't think that's easy considering Professor X is there.
Oh, that's true. Is this a dope for you, Jason?
No, it's a nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels like it would be a set that I could never complete. Like I need then all of the Secret Invasion Skrulls, like 30 of them, all in some weird mashups, but they're only going to give us a handful. I also found that, again, nothing against anyone else's yum. I don't mean to yuck your yum. That story didn't go anywhere for me. I love the idea of it, but the comic book thing, I thought it was just it didn't end up where it needed to go. It felt like it was one of those Marvel crossovers that required me to buy more comics just for the sake of buying more comics and without adding more value. I like the idea of it though, but it also just like undid so much continuity. Like all these characters you thought were characters you were following for decades were actually just a Skrull. But it, I don't know. I think they look cool, but I can definitely do without.
There's a Marvel Universe, I think, Giant Man Skrull.
Yes.
Deluxe. I've been looking for one of those.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that. Well, I mean, I know why I said that. I'm just
You're talking a bunch of toy collectors.
Add it to this team.
Yeah.
Is she pinless? Someone in the chat asked. Man Mountain. Doesn't it look like a single elbow to you? Maybe.
Right. Is there anything that makes you think it's not that older Buck?
I thought maybe like body and then updated arms. Is that ever a combination? Because with the belly button one, they always have that, right?
Right. It looks like I can see a pin dent on the inside of that left
indentation.
Knee. Yeah, pindentation there on the inside of the left knee, a little bit. I wonder how this just out of interest, how the skins compare to other Skrull skin.
True.
If like they're
because they have the army builders.
But it's totally cool if they're different greens, like that. Species have variety, but I'm just curious how they look next to each other.
Fair. Easiest way to sell doubles of all figures: add in a Skrull head in the box.
Yeah.
Genius. Yeah,
man. I think it's fun.
Yeah, that is a Yoko arm for sure. I like it. Hopefully, we will more will be revealed in terms of what it comes with.
I forget though. Is the Spider-Woman Skrull, is she Queen Varenki?
I don't know. This is why you're here. You're supposed to.
I don't remember. I don't remember who she was. She wasn't the queen, was she? Anyway, maybe I'll go read those again. New Moonstone 2.0, sure.
And also there is a deluxe, I guess.
I love the idea of taking the 12-inch figure and incorporating it in.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we were going to get an Ant-Man / Giant Man of that size that we could just, collect them for both scales. That's a really fun use of the Captain America.
With a Mjolnir, a Hawkeye.
Right, the Super Adaptoid. He's like a Mazo, the android in DC that takes on all the powers of people who are nearby. So Super Adaptoid takes on all their abilities and stuff in shades of green.
Is it only? Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's kind of like a Mimic.
He's like Mimic, exactly.
For the X-Men. Well,
yeah, it's fun.
Whoa, too fast. Well, that was, I don't know how many figures, like 100 figures, Ryan. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd say ballpark, give or take 10. Some awesome reveals there. A lot of stuff that Jason said dope to and will be
Yeah.
pre-ordering. We don't know when anything is going up yet. The only thing we know is that the Aunt May and Doc Ock Spider-Man animated series VHS 2-pack is going up for pre-order on the 2nd on Hasbro Pulse. But then also their tease, as they've made common in all their live streams, they do a little teaser at the end of every live stream. This time it wasn't an accessory, just a quick teaser video. The program again for the Avengers this year is Beyond Earth's Mightiest. And then it was next a Haslab logo. So speculate away or tell us what you want in the chat. What is it going to be? We talked about it briefly today, Jason.
Yeah.
I think the most, would you say the most obvious, or probably the one that people want the most, is a Quinjet?
I can't speak for what people want at all, but it seems like the two quick
I like
answers,
to generalize.
The two quick answers are like Quinjet or Giant Man. Like those seem to be following the model of at least like Giant Man. You know, you've got your Sentinel and you've got your Galactus. So the idea of a large scale figure makes a lot of sense. Quinjet seems like a lot of fun too. You know, get all your characters in a ship and go to town.
Giant Man to the size of a Galactus or a Sentinel.
However big you want to go, man. He's giant.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I'm staying in the room and I can still hear you, but I'm just going to mute for a second, okay?
Okay. He's gonna fight. Let's see. 100 and still no shower buck. Sorry, Yoko. But yeah, hoping for a Quinjet. I mean, and I asked Jason earlier if you wanted a Quinjet in Marvel Legends scale, what would you? How many characters would you want in this vehicle? 6, says Jason.
2 pilots and 2 rows of 2, maybe.
Okay. Because it's not like something where it's like Star Wars where they have 2 different scales, and then sometimes they'll do a Black Series, or Haslab, or props as a Haslab, or down to vintage scale. There's no other. Sorry, that's not correct. There is a vintage scale Marvel line right now, the 5 POA ones, but it would seem weird to do a Haslab for those. So I'm like, if this is a 1/12 scale Quinjet, like this thing is going to be huge.
Okay, now you gave me an idea for a Haslab for the retro figures, right?
Yeah.
This is totally like throwback big time. It is Avengers Mansion Collector's Case.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's got a handle and you can open it up. Like you go total, because the line is 5 POA kids look. Like it looks like kids action figures, Star Wars of the 80s, but for, older collector like myself. But yeah, a collector case that opens up and it's like Avengers Mansion or part of it, I would do that for X-Men too. It would be so much fun.
Ooh, a Giant Man with a Skrull alt head.
Oh yeah,
a tier.
Totally
seems
just
like a layup right there.
You wanted the Marvel Universe version of that, so if you're going to do a Giant Man, throw that alternate head in with the Thanos chin, but in green for sure.
Giant Man or Fin Fang Foom. Do you think we're going to continue along the pattern of taking the older Toy Biz Build-A-Figures and just blowing them up to a bigger size? Sentinel, Galactus, and then now a Giant Man would follow that pattern. Obviously, the Engine of Vengeance, wasn't in that same vein,
and it didn't go,
and it didn't happen. So,
right.
Yeah, are we ready? Are we ready for a vehicle? Because if there were complaints, well, not complaints, there were, because obviously, was it $450 or $350 for the Engine of Vengeance? That it is a fair sum of money, and it's not for everybody at that price point. So I don't want to say people are complaining, but it can be a lot of money. Are we prepared to go for a Quinjet? If that's probably even more if it fits 6 characters.
The 6 part was just my input. It wasn't.
No, it's part of it now. Well, what would you be? 2, 4? Just
think about the Thunder Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's a fine size for a Quinjet. Like, it's huge. I agree, it's all huge. But if we're already going in this direction for conversation, I'm just extrapolating and trying to make it work. But I don't know about price points. I don't know about how much plastic it is. Just having fun talking about what would be an Avengers themed big thing.
Yeah, I'm open to hearing ideas and maybe kind of get into the possible logistics of it. We don't know what the hell's going on. We can only speculate, right? In terms of how things are made. Loki says it's a giant man costume so that you can be a giant man for your toys. That would be cool. I had debated, do I need a Haslab Sentinel or do I find 3D models,
Mm-hmm.
print them, and make my son wear them and have a 3 foot tall Sentinel? That was one of my plans earlier. But,
And
this
eats
could
your
be
food,
possible.
right? It's the devourer of worlds, and it devours your bank account.
Oh boy, you said it. You
Yeah.
said it. The Quinjet in the Marvel Avengers game would be a cool way to tackle the insides. Oh, okay. I've heard some people say Avengers Mansion playset diorama. You said a carrying case for
Yeah, but I was
3.75.
yeah, that's like the fun thing
You can
for
just
me.
buy that one time for like, I don't know, $80. And it comes with
Yeah.
an exclusive I don't know, Jarvis or something.
I got my Alfred. He can cover all the mansions.
All the butlering?
He buttles for everybody.
One butler to rule them all, to clean them all.
Yes.
I don't. Dom says he wouldn't personally back a Jet or Giant Man, but I think Giant Man would be the better way to go. People love the Sentinel and the Galactus, right? Giant action figures. So that could be like a safe play, I guess. Or if you see a pattern in these projects, you want to go with what works, and you've seen what works. Sentinel, Galactus. Maybe that's it. Hey, what's up, Matchy Toy? How was your stream with Sergeant Bananas earlier? Everyone go check out Between Two Sentinels with Matchy Toy and J Shot. And they had a friend of the channel, Sergeant Bananas, on.
Between Two Sentinels. That's good.
Yeah, you like.
That's good. I do. That's very funny.
They're two great guys. Marvel does have a 3 3/4 line. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm just catching up here. Brian Bless says, just a concept, but what if they build out Avengers Tower with a bar and a meeting room? Plus, in the base, you could have Iron Drones. Oh, like the upper half, the upper part of the Avengers Tower from like
the movie.
The movie with the big logo and the landing platform, or the whole building. It says, "Go big or go home." Do the whole.
I've always wanted all these toy companies to do modules of these bases, of like the X Mansion. But I mean, the Batcave is really what I'm talking about. Like one thing that has like the motor pool, one thing that has his computer terminal, one thing that has like an armory, and have these sections. I know it's not related to this, but there probably is an equivalency for Avengers Tower or an Avengers Mansion, where you have like these sections, like their training room, their meeting room, and you have different play sets.
What if they were together? These modules, like you said, individually they can be. Well, this is basically the premise for High School Creations Wall XD. It's a display that will look great in your DTOLF, but also if you want to take it out, join it together and make a display for photography, modular, build your sets, build your scenes, things like that. But if it's different rooms in the Avengers Mansion, you put each one in your DTOLF shelf, and then if you want to take it out, put it together.
There you go. I love it.
Copyright.
So
it's legally binding if I say copyright right after.
You got to have your conference room, like the table where they all sit. Maybe that also has the computer terminal where they get the alerts and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's both one room. One is like the wall and one is the middle. You get your training room, like their danger room that they have. And then I don't know, their foyer, like with some not trophies, but like artifacts of like the Avengers history kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would totally be down for that.
Yeah,
I love stuff like that.
And then the other side of it's the outside of the front door.
James says, I hope the Engine of Vengeance didn't put them off vehicles.
I hope so too.
I hope so.
Try it again.
It's at the very least it's a learning experience.
Absolutely.
They're gonna adapt and see what they can do for the next one. It only makes sense, right? The fact that the Ghost Rider whip didn't fund, they might just stick to. Again, could be they're just strategizing for
Yep.
a Haslab for a vehicle.
You know,
Maybe,
I-
Quinjet might
I
be the
can-
ones to bring it in. A ghost!
I can speculate all I want.
It's a ghost!
It is not a ghost.
Ghost dog!
It is not a ghost. I can speculate all I want, but I also think that maybe the brand of Ghost Rider is not as potent as the brand for, let's say,
Yeah.
X-Men or
Avengers.
Fantastic Four and Avengers. And Galactus being like this all-consuming, like crossover character. So Ghost Rider's a niche, right?
Mhm.
So
Especially that version.
yeah, that version for sure. So they have better research on this than I can speculate, but I would keep an open
we're
mind
just
about
fans.
why it didn't work. Yeah.
That's why we're here. We be speculating.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your dog's name again?
His name is Emmett.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream, Emmett.
He's
D
a
Sertle,
really
what's
good
going
boy.
on, Daniel? He says the Haslab. It's got to be the shawarma place from the first. Yo, I would buy that too. I would buy that. Like a full with a working, I don't know, shawarma spinning thing in action in the background.
I would want it though, as long as it had the additional Chris Evans face covering to cover his beard. You know
What's
the
that
story
about?
about that, Kevin?
No, do
So
tell.
They
Jason
got
knows
the
all
idea.
beard facts.
Joss Whedon pitched that idea to the cast the night of the red carpet, like the premiere. He thought of the idea of having the shawarma scene in as they showed the movie to press and cast and all that kind of stuff. So he told everyone, we're going to film later, like get ready, we're having one more day of shooting. And Evans already had his full beard for Snowpiercer. So when you see him in that scene, he's doing, I'm going to try and match it, he's doing this. So you can't see his face, and he's wearing a prosthetic bit of skin over his mouth, so you can't see that he's fully bearded.
Damn it, now I want shawarma. Who said that? Damn it, Daniel. Uncanny Sculpt says if they want to do another 12-inch figure, they could do Goliath. Bill Foster Goliath.
Yeah.
That would
and
be
there
cool.
is the Marvel Universe figure of that one too.
Yes. One last thing before we go. I think those are is that all the options or wants for the Haslab? Feel free to comment them right now. A keen-eyed Winger Lose did send me this. Yeah, fully bearded. Jason gets it in his subscription to Bearded Weekly. It's a newsletter.
And I'm not just a client, I'm also the president.
As you should be. But yes, Winger Lose sent this to me. He spotted the 3-pack Spider-Man box in the background that was just there.
Leisure suit.
No, not that. Behind the leisure suit.
It's a leisure suit. That's the name on it. It says Leisure Suit Wonder Man.
Did they forget to talk about it? Was it just there and it wasn't ready to show us? What's going on? Have we ever seen the box for this yet? Everyone in the chat, let me know. I have 2 on pre-order from Hasbro Pulse. So if the box is there, that means it's got to be ready soon, right? Shipments coming in from overseas. Hopefully, we've been getting a lot of stuff early. I'm still waiting for some stuff to come in. But yeah, thank you, Winger Lose, for sending me this and spotting that in the background. This is why you always check everyone's back. Wait, one sec. Okay, we're good. This is why you always make sure your stream has secret stuff covered.
Yeah.
This is a joke of some sort of reference. Here we go. I'm sure. I think that's it for today. Whoops. I think, today was an incredible live stream in terms of reveals and everything. I think a lot more for you because and Avengers fans overall. But yeah, if you're watching the replay, let me know what were your favorite reveals of the day and which ones you think are dope or nope. I think that's it for tonight. Before we go, Jason, anything else?
No, man, I'm really happy. I enjoyed that a lot. not just to hang out with you, which I did enjoy, and everyone out there. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for indulging me. But I also really enjoyed the live stream and each of the reveals. I was just so excited to see a few big things kind of crossed off my list. So that was awesome. And Bad Wolf Media, I did the joke backwards. The joke was supposed to be, and I'm not just a president, I'm also a client. But I did it backwards because I didn't do a good job. It took me a minute to remember what it was.
Do you think they match their flannel shirts on purpose?
No, they're just men. Men wear flannel. That's just what we do.
Yeah, Yoko. Feel free to come join the Enablers stream tomorrow night, where I think Ryan will be there, and ask him personally via super chat. I'm kidding. The Enablers tomorrow night, right here on the same channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, 1, 2, 3, 2 a.m. in Great Britain, I guess, if that's my target audience. But thank you so much. We'll be back unboxing some really cool toys. I did a review earlier this week. If you're into The Office, check it out. It's the Super 7 reaction threat level midnight reaction figures.
There you go.
This camera doesn't zoom anymore, but that's on the channel. And unboxing Thursdays tomorrow night. It's gonna be a fun one. Should be a good one. Jason, what have you got going on? And stop picking Julius Caesar's nose.
It's not Julius Caesar. You keep saying that.
No,
it's William Shakespeare.
It is. I saw it at the ROM in the Rome section. That's a classic Roman smoking jacket that he's wearing.
Right. Firstly, Kevin, the statues in the Roman gallery are made out of plaster.
It's a string of them, actually. He says firstly.
And out of marble, not bronze.
Bronze.
So there you go. Coming up, Toronto
there's no
Comic Con. Toronto Comic Con, March 17th through 19th. I'll be there at the Group of 7 Comics table. I'm very much looking forward to that. You can catch me and my buddy Chris doing our Previously in X-Men live stream read-through of all the comics that made X-Men a classic. And I've been enjoying that for the last 69 episodes. You can find that on our Group of 7 Comics YouTube channel. So you can subscribe there. As well, you can go to group7comics.ca, and it's with the number 7, not the word, group7comics.ca, to find the comic books we make, or just follow on Instagram and see some of the stuff we post there. It's a lot of fun to do. You can follow me at Jason Lapidus Art, or follow the brand at Group of 7 Comics.
Look at this.
And yeah, you can hit me up for some art. I'm open for commissions sometimes. Now is one of those times. There's a Doctor Strange print, some fun Mando stuff, some Boba Fett. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Stuff.
That's out of reach. But yes, Jason, you're going to be at Toronto Comic Con.
Definitely.
Toronto Comic Con in like 2 weeks. I'll probably meet you there on Saturday. We're going to have a little get together in the evening, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, again, Unboxing Thursdays with the Enablers. Monday is Boba Squadron, where we recap now 2 Star Wars shows, The Bad Batch and Mandalorian Season 3 premiere. With Yoko, Paul, who plays Carson Teva, and Ernie, the Fallen Fett, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's Paul's coming back from Hollywood, and I'm sure he's got some stories, and we're excited. We're excited to talk about the first episode. I'm going to go rewatch it, and we won't spoil it. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Everyone in the chat, if you're still watching here on the replay, appreciate you. Jason, turn this way. Jason. Always. Yes, I'm looking at a picture of the Simpsons Ultimates Mo box, and so that's the eye line, but I'm talking to Mo right now, and he's going like this with a beer. But Jason, pleasure as always. I got to hang out with you at the toy show a few weeks ago, and this is great. We should do it again every live stream.
That would be lovely. Thank you for having me here, Kevin. It's a pleasure.
All right, everyone, thank you for watching. Have a great night and keep toying around. Peace.